Hey, this is Joe Gilder from HomeStudioCorner.com. If you are a parent, then you may have heard of these little things called snack traps. They're awesome. You can put the food inside, and the little kid, toddler can reach in, get food out without dumping it out everywhere. It's awesome. So this video is not about snack traps, but a snap trick, or the snap track. It's hard to say. So not snack traps, but snap track. I just totally lost you. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's start over. What is this snap track that I'm talking about? So we're talking about mixing drums and a way to allow your drums to have more snap and more punch without changing the actual drum mix itself. You can leave the drum mix alone, add this to it to make life a lot better. So I got the name Snap to actually name this bus over here. I believe it was from Graham. So Graham Cochran over at the Recording Revolution. Everybody clap for Graham. Graham's awesome. So here's how it works. Just so you know, I may have done this in a video before on YouTube. I don't remember. I don't think I have. So here it is. So the idea is, here is a drum mix, right? And generally what will happen is I'll get to that point with my drum mix and say, hey, that sounds pretty good. I like it. Let's move on and mix everything else. And then I add in everything else, and it's sounding pretty good, but I feel like I'm missing. It's not quite. The drums kind of disappear. So let's take a listen to that. So I feel the kick drum. I can hear the snare, but I'm missing the. What word do you think I'm about to say next? I'm missing the snap, right? So how do we achieve some of that there snap? Well, one of the things you'll probably see if you spend much time at all putzing around YouTube looking for tutorial videos like this one, you'll probably run into the idea of parallel processing. Some people call it parallel compression or New York compression. I don't know what that means exactly, but the idea of running your drums through your main bus and then running all the drums through a second bus and doing some heavy compression and blending the two. This isn't that exactly. Instead, this is running a select number of tracks through a second bus. So this is just an auxiliary track, a bus. And we are running to this bus, if we click here in Studio One, both of our kick mics, both of our snare mics, and actually a little bit of the room mic. Okay? Then what are we doing to that sound after we're doing that? Well, first we're EQing the daylights out of it, getting rid of all the lows and a big chunk of the mids, huge, ringing of the snare, a cut here, and then a big high pass filter here. Okay, we're not concerned with beefiness on this. We just want kind of the upper mid range and highs. And then we compress the daylights out of it after EQing the daylights out of it. We go super aggressive ratio, 17:1. Play with the attack and release. This is what felt right. And we're going for snappy sounding. So here's what the snap track sounds by itself. Here's what it sounds like. So mostly the compressor's just getting, the snare drum is just getting slammed by the compressor. Here's without compression. So that first little psh of the snare is being accented, if that makes sense. So when we blend this with the original drums, we end up with something pretty cool. So here's the drums without the snap track, and then I'll add it back in by clicking the solo button. Here we go. So you hear what happened? The snare drum suddenly went from feeling the thickness of it but not getting the snap of it to jumping out in your face and slapping you around a little bit. And then by also sending some of the room mic to this, actually was able to get a lot of that compressed room sound without compressing my actual room mic track. I sent a copy of it over here, and it got compressed a little bit with the snare, which created a little more of a natural reverb sound. If we listen to the snap track again, aside from what the compressor's doing, there's a little extra room there. So again, here it is without the snap, and here's with the snap. it feels like an increase, just an increase in volume in the snare, and that's not the case. If we were to go turn up the snare drum track, it would just be more of this sound, that thicker, beefier sound. We want some snap. And if we were to try to get that snap on the snare drum track itself, we would probably lose some of that beef. I like beef, I also like snap. This is a way to get both. I hope that didn't make you hungry. All right, I'm Joe from HomeStudioCorner.com. If you like this and want more like this, check out the website, HomeStudioCorner.com. Or if you want to see another video, a more in-depth video about my process for mixing, it's actually really cool. Go to HomeStudioCorner.com/nerdy-video. I'll even show you where she is. www.homestudiocorner.com/nerdy. Where is it? There it is. There it is. And you will pull up this video here where you can sign up to get basically a 30-minute webinar that I did that I have recorded. Hey, there's me again. This is Joe. I'm talking to myself. Wow, that was unintentional. That's not what I wanted to do. Anyway, go here, check it out. And you can get access to this really cool training video where I share this kind of nerdy thing that I came across that helps me get mixes done in less time and also helps me mix a little bit better too. So check it out. Thanks for watching. See ya.